Yo, what's going on, guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise, and in this one I want to give you a quick Wyvern Riding tutorial. For those of you guys that want to get the most out of these Wyvern rides, if you want to be out there being a monster master, also kind of getting your preparation in time for Monster Hunter Stories 2 when you need to be doing that all the time, then I thought I'd go through all the most important things you need to know about this brand new mechanic. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think of this. In fact, what is your favourite monster to Wyvern ride? I definitely want to hear from you guys. But to begin with, of course, Wyvern Riding, quick summary. I'm pretty sure you know this by now, but obviously mounting monsters in Rise is no longer a thing. Instead, after performing a series of aerial attacks or silk bind moves, you bring the monster into a mountable state, which will then utilize your wire bug in order to take control of said monster. This then gives you full control over the monster for a short time, letting you run or fly around the map on its back. So how do you mount the monster? Well, first things first, there are several ways. Much like in the old games, any damage from aerial sources will of course cause mounting damage or Wyvern Riding damage, shown in the game by damage numbers surrounded by a blue aura. Building up enough of this will of course then cause the monster to fall into that mountable state. You can also inflict mounting damage via the various wire bug moves, which of course each of the 14 weapons has access to, and these moves are actually one of the main sources of considerable mounting damage in the game this time around. You can also utilize the puppet spider endemic life, which will put the monster into a mountable state assuming it lands its attack. And of course, if you launch an already mounted monster, one that you're riding, into another one, that will also cause the collided monster to become mountable. And then finally, of course, the loser of a turf war will typically also enter a mountable state. So there are various situations in which this will occur. Once you build up enough mounting damage, the monster will then hunch over, wire bugs will then fly around them, and this large red arrow will appear above their heads. This is the monster's mountable state. Interacting with them using either A or just simply attacking them with your weapon drawn will cause you to capture them with your wire bugs, and you'll then hop onto their back. From here, you then have complete control of the monster for a short time. Now it's important to watch the clock on the left side of the mounting gauge. This shows you how much time you have before the monster breaks free or you lose control. Attacking and landing hits will then see this time prolonged, whereas taking damage from other monsters will rapidly deplete this. Once you've mounted, you then have several options. You can hold down R in conjunction with your analog stick to move around freely. You can then utilize a monster's full moveset by actually inputting a different direction on the analog stick, as well as choosing to perform either a light or heavy attack. Each monster has their own unique moveset with different combos for you to use. However, in general terms, holding back on the analog stick and using a strong attack will often unleash a monster's strongest attack. Pressing B will then allow you to evade. You can evade while in the middle of one of your moves or after getting hit, however doing so will use up one of your wire bug charges. Evading just before you get hit will allow you to parry the incoming attack, causing the enemy monster to flinch. You can also launch the monster in a direction, dealing damage if it hits a wall, object or another monster. You can do this by pressing Y, and after hitting a wall, you can then use up one charge of your wire bug gauge to regain your footing, sometimes called evade cancelling, allowing you just enough time to throw them into another wall, and this can be done as many times as you like so long as you have wire bug charges. So in the event you jump on their back and you have 3, then you get a little bit more damage out of this. If you hit a monster instead, you will automatically be dismounted. However, doing so will cause the opposite monster to enter a mountable state themselves, meaning you can then hop straight into the back of them and continue. Doing this can be a good idea if you happen to be riding on the quest monster and you then want to utilize one of the side monsters to damage that monster directly. As you land successful hits on other monsters, the gauge at the bottom of the screen will fill up. Once full, this gauge will then begin to drain, and you'll then have a short period of time to perform what is known as a mounted Punisher. Essentially, the monster's finishing move, their super, their ultimate. Pressing both X and A together will then activate the Punisher, dealing heavy damage to your target. However, allowing the gauge to drain fully will also cause you to dismount. It's important to note that while mounted, a monster takes decreased damage, so if you are riding the quest monster in multiplayer, it is often best to launch them into another monster as soon as possible, as it will minimize the downtime for your fellow hunters. But that, my friends, is a quick rundown of everything you need to know about Wyvern Riding. So if you want to make the most of this new mechanic, then give those a try, check them out, and let us know how you guys get on. For the time being, thank you for watching. Be sure to keep it locked. We've got plenty more Monster Hunter Rise content coming your way. But for the time being, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. If you want to catch more from us at Arekkz Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys 269, Paradise Central and Investmore streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.